Greetings, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, Ministry of the Future, membership, members, patrons, cherished viewers. I come to you today. I am Dr. Mulana. My subject matter today is very important because we're at that time of the year of Emancipation Day celebration. Emancipation Day celebration in Ghana is really in the Constitution. It's a very important date, but it's important even more to Ghanaians and Africans of the diaspora. That is to say, that brings us to the area of Assin Manso. Assin Manso, if I may just give you a brief overview, the importance of this place. Assin Manso is the burial site of two Africans of the diaspora who were reinterred or if you will, buried there under the command of the late President Jerry John Rawlings in 1998 on the 1st of August. And that is to say, that date should live forever in the minds of Africans of the diaspora in Ghana, and for that matter, throughout the African continent, because that event of bringing what we call the bones home, African slave descendants of the 400 years transatlantic slave trade, and the government of Ghana recognized us as their children who had been taken out illegally, kidnapped, and gave the right of return for them to be buried there in Assin Manso. So since then, a Ministry of the Future has taken upon itself to actually do a pilgrimage every year on Emancipation Day at Assin Manso, and we're doing it this year on the 1st of August, 2021. Now, the dynamics of Assin Manso, we have a burial site. There two remains of African descendants of the transatlantic slave trade. One is a female from Jamaica called Crystal. The other is an African American from the U.S., a descendant of the transatlantic slave trade, and his name is Samuel. And the fact of the matter, these two remains of our brethren and sisters who are buried there at Assin Manso is the epitome of our coming back home and having been given the right to return. So Ministry of the Future went and established, if you will, a program at Assin Manso starting in 2017. We have been going there. Actually, from 2016, we had been going there. But in 2017, Ministry of the Future established a program such that we felt that pursuing citizenship for our applicants, Africans of the diaspora who want to become Ghanaian citizens, we felt that we should go to Assin Manso, down to the river. And that river they called the Slave River is the river where our forebears, our ancestors who were captured and kidnapped, took their last bath in that river before being put on ships to take and scattered in the winds of the Americas as slaves. So that river has really spiritual power. It has the souls of our ancestors still in that river. So Ministry of the Future took it upon itself to take our applicants there and to go down to that river to do a holy baptism, a return bath. Our ancestors took the last bath before they went out. Now we are returning, so Ministry of the Future designed a return bath, and we began to invoke the spirits of our ancestors in the river. And we know that there is the goddess spirits of our ancestors in that river. We began to call on them in 2017 with applicants. I'm talking about applicants that were yet to get their citizenship, but we went to the river, prayed at the river, and asked our ancestors to please bestow, to please talk to the leaders of this country, talk to the leaders of Africa, have the leaders to be very warm and understanding, to bring our people home, to give our people that right to return. We beg upon you, Mami Wata, to convince the African leaders to give us citizenship. Now, I'm saying this is a very emotional and a very compassionate thing that we were doing. And we did that in 2017. We did it in 2018. And lo and behold, when it came time for graduation, every one of our applicants who actually went to that holy burial site made prayers and homage to our African ancestors who had fallen. Every one of the applicants that went down to the river and invoked these spiritual, powerful words to our ancestors who lay beneath in the river banks, down at the bottom, their bones are at the bottom, their spirits is at the bottom of the river. We called on them to help us to get our citizenship. And I tell you, the long and the short of it came to be this, that government approved 252 Africans of the diaspora to have their citizenship. And everyone that Ministry of the Future had taken up to Assin Manso got their citizenship. So I'm telling you, there is spiritual power in that river and in that burial site at Assin Manso. And moreover, the year of return, it came as a result of our right to return that we received in 2016 through the government of Ghana. And then so all of this can be in a nutshell to say that Assin Manso and the historical dynamics of it with the African descendants of the transatlantic slave trade is the epitome that has set the stage of our coming home and giving us the right to return. And the right to return is the foundational basis of the year of return. And the year of return was so sweet with the African of the diaspora coming home that the African of the diaspora brought $2.2 billion into the coffers of Ghana. And so the government of Ghana said, let us have the beyond the return. So all of this is built around our children coming home, and all of this took off from Assin Manso. So we are going there on the 1st of August of this year, 2021. And we will also do a visit into the Cape Coast slave dungeons on that same date. We will leave 5:30 a.m. in the morning from Accra Mall to load in the buses. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours to drive up to Assin Manso. We will spend a half a day in the morning up until early noon. We will have lunch in a 5-star hotel. And from there, we will go on over to Cape Coast Castle to do, if you will, a tour of the slave dungeons. And we should be back in Accra by 8:30 or 9 o'clock that night. So I entreat all of you, contact Ministry of the Future to be a part of this historic occasion. Thank you very much.